Now we will go to public input. No. Local board input. Local board input. We have one request, and that's from Mr. Troy Churton on behalf of the Ōrākei Local Board, and this is also on integrated residential developments. Welcome, Troy. Take you 5 minutes now. Thanks.
Greetings. Yep, back again. You may recall a few months ago, and starting off with this thing. So you've got the item 14 agenda report, which endorses option 3, and I'm here to support that endorsement. You've been asked as a planning committee to endorse a plan change which amends IRD provisions in residential areas. The specific thing that I'm advocating for, the Ōrākei Local Board is advocating for, and it seems many other boards have since understood and are advocating for, relates to IRDs in single house zones. So there on the screen, what we've put together is that it's important for you as a planning committee, I think, not simply to endorse that there be a plan change, but to, as governors, and as I would expect of fellow governors, to set the policy setting for that plan change and not leave it up to planning staff. The policy setting that we're advocating that you adopt in endorsing a plan change is that integrated residential development proposals in single house zones always are explained in policy and status statements as being non-complying, not discretionary types of activity. And point 2, that those such of proposals, IRD proposals, will always require local board input through that particular part of the Local Government Auckland Council Act. Now that's more a matter of processing protocol than a need for policy injection into UP. And finally, always require public notification on the basis that a non-complying activity could be considered an extraordinary circumstance under Section 95 of the Act. Again, more a protocol type matter. It's the first bullet point which relates to the policy setting that I think you as governors need to set when you endorse option 3, as I'm sure you will. Thank you.
Is that finished? You're concluded, Troy.
That's it.
Succinct.
That's all needs to be said.
Thank you. Okay, that's clear. Councillor Simpson.
Question, if I may, to Megan. So, thank you, Troy. Very fine presentation, well under time, succinct and to the point, as you are always. So wonderful. So, Megan, when we come to the item, the item actually asks for staff to do a plan change and then come to back to the committee with its actual content. Would that be the time that we ask you to take on board the Ōrākei Local Board's view and then come back to us with those inclusions and stuff in the new year? Is that how the process would work?
Thanks through the chair. Yes, that's right. So back in, 2019, and I know, Troy, you've come in front of the committee since, was really integrated residential development was raised, and we held a workshop with the committee earlier in the year to bring out some of the issues and challenges and concerns raised both by Ōrākei and others. So that's the purpose of coming today, is to, as a result of that, to endorse us to do a plan change. We'll come back with the content of that plan change. And yeah, I think it's the right thing to do for us is to specifically address the concerns that Troy has raised, and they are broadly the ones we hear. So we can specifically address those as part of the content of that plan change. You can then discuss that and make a decision yourself.
So thank you. So through you, Mr. Chair, I just then, in moving a vote of thanks to Troy and the Ōrākei Local Board, I'll foreshadow a extra resolution in the item around this. Thank you.
We'll come to that. Thank you. Other questions, members? All good. Thank you, Troy. Thanks to your board, and again, supported by the Cockle Bay Residents Association too. Councillor Simpson. Thank you. Councillor Simpson, moving. Have a second, please. Councillor Henderson, an acknowledgement of Troy Churton on behalf of the Ōrākei Local Board. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Contrary, no. Declare that carried. Thank you. 7 is extraordinary business and none has been raised prior with me. Takes us to the summary of committee